Good morning, this is Edward Píška from Berkeley Squares. We're in North Somerset to talk to the Secretary of State for International Trade and MP, Dr. Liam Fox. Good morning.
Morning.
As an MP, what sort of stuff do you do to inform your constituents of the fantastic work that you do?
Well, they see a fair amount of stuff in the national press and the TV, and when I'm in the constituency I tend to concentrate not on national politics and not on party politics but on local issues, and my diary is actually constructed in the year around my constituency surgeries, so we have them every second week on average throughout the year. I've missed 5 of them in 25 years as an MP, so they really are the centrepiece. And ministers all have to remember that actually the greater part of our salaries come from our MP salaries, and that has to be the priority. I also, I live in the middle of my own constituency in North Somerset, and a lot of the local issues, whether it's local transport or healthcare, will affect me as much as any of my constituents, and therefore it's very much being part of the community. So it doesn't seem so much like work as just what you would do with your own local society.
So you mentioned transport and local healthcare. What would you say is the one issue you'd like to champion most of all within North Somerset?
Well, we have a number of issues that might be different from other parts of the country. We have very low unemployment here. It's about 0.6%, it's one of the lowest in the UK. In fact, in the 2015 election, that was the lowest in the UK. And as a consequence, we have some issues relating to skill shortages. It's quite difficult for companies necessarily to grow here, so we're looking to see how we can improve our transport links to make it easier for people from outside the area to get here to work. In particular, we're looking at getting a railway link to Portishead. It's been a long time coming. It's finally been confirmed by government that it is going to happen. It seems like it's been a long, protracted battle. We're also talking to the universities about how we get the skills into the local area. We're very heavily focused on aerospace in the Bristol area, and how do we get those skills feeding in. We've got issues alongside housing. Where do we put housing in an area which is largely green belt or floodplain? There's a limit to what we can do, and we are constantly being told by government that we need to have more targets for housing. So there are a lot of things to juggle, but we're fortunate we're in an area, as I say, of low unemployment. It's a relatively affluent area. We have very good health and longevity rates here, very low crime. So we have some problems that I think maybe other parts of the country would quite like to have.
We're allegedly in the middle of a great housing crisis. What solutions does the Conservative government have to tackle this? I mean, should we be building on the Greenbelt?
Well, we need to build more houses. We have one big problem I think that we need to sort, which is evident here in North Somerset, that we have developers who will get planning permission for a piece of land. They'll build a few houses on it when they've got permission for many more. And then when the government takes a look, the government will say, the local authority haven't built enough houses, you have to give more planning permission. And it's called land banking, and the big construction companies will tend to therefore keep a whole bank of land. I'm in favour, and the government will be in favour of something called build out, which means that those construction companies will need to build the number of houses they have permission for before they can go for more land. That, I think, would be something that will help ensure that we get the houses built that we need, but also that we don't get the trampling all over our green spaces in the country as inappropriate amounts of land are released when they don't need to be. So I think that there is a policy change that would actually help us with that. The government's consulting on that at the moment, and early in 2018 we'll get an answer and hopefully legislation on that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Liam Fox.